Hello everyone, Dane here. Welcome to Financial Planning with Special Needs Hawaii. In this video, we'll be going over the stock market. More specifically, we'll be going over the information provided that will likely be most relevant to the average investor online and on the news. Companies in this video are not an endorsement for them. They are being mentioned purely for educational purposes only. For more information, talk to a financial planner who can help you to understand the stock market better. The choice of explaining certain data with specific company examples should not be viewed as a recommendation to buy, hold, or sell any of these securities. We selected local Hawaiian companies merely as a convenient way to explain all of the data you can gather from various public sites. Before purchasing any securities, you should consider your needs, goals, and objectives, as well as your overall risk tolerance before making any investment in any security. You cannot invest directly into an index, including the Dow Jones Industrial Average or the S&P 500. With that said, let us get started with the video. In this video, we'll be going over information that you will find online and in the media. However, before we do that, we want to make sure we mention some good practices about investing. We've covered some of them in a previous video about the do's and don'ts of investing, but we just wanted to remind you again in case you didn't have the chance to watch it. First, it's a good practice to not check on the market every day. Checking on your assets every day can stress you out, especially if you end up seeing a major one-day change in the value. Don't day trade. Day trading is the practice of watching the stock market in real time and buying and selling investments as they change in price. This is a bad practice because not only does this require your time and effort, but it is also costly because of the fees you'll incur from transactions, and you may not get the change in value that you want immediately. If it's any indicator, financial advisors are generally banned from day trading themselves. Don't chase the hottest investment. This is similar to the previous point about not day trading. Just because a security has been doing good recently does not necessarily mean it is good to invest in for the long term. Finally, make sure to have a goal in mind when investing. Having a goal will help you to remember why you're investing and will help you to weather any sudden changes in the value of your investments. In this video, here is the information that we'll be going over. First is the name of the company and their ticker symbol. The ticker symbol is the abbreviation of the investment, usually 3 to 5 letters. It is a way to differentiate the different companies and investments from each other. Value of the equity at the moment. This is the dollar value of the investment at the moment. Percent change from last close is how much the value of the investment has changed since the final value from the previous day, expressed as a percent. Dollar change from previous close is how much the value of the investment has changed since the final value from the previous day, expressed in dollars. The previous close is the dollar value that the investment ended at when the markets closed the previous day. While not entirely important information, it is good to know that the markets in the US are open from 9:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You'll notice that I've highlighted trading hours just to show the extent that the graphs will show their information on a one-day scale. Now that we've gone over the important information for the average investor to know about, let's look at some websites that can provide you with market information. The first website we will be looking at is Yahoo Finance. On this website, we'll be using Bank of Hawaii as our example company. I took this screenshot of the page on October 27, 2020. First, the name of the company. The full name of Bank of Hawaii is the Bank of Hawaii Corporation. Their ticker symbol, BOH, is on the right side in the blue box. Next, we have the value of the equity at the moment. As of the moment at this picture, the value of Bank of Hawaii was $59.44. Next, we have the percent change from previous close. For Bank of Hawaii, compared to the previous day, their stock is down 2.56%. After the percent change, we have the dollar change from previous close. For Bank of Hawaii, the dollar change was a drop of $1.56 in their value. The previous close is marked on graphs as a line to compare to the current value of the investment. In this case, when the markets closed the previous day, Bank of Hawaii closed at a value of $61. Trading hours can be seen at the bottom. While this doesn't change and isn't necessarily important information, it is good to note the trading hours of the market. Thankfully, Google Finance doesn't pack all of their information in one place, so it can be easier to read for the average investor. If you do want more information on other financial information, they have it below their graph. The other website we will look at that provides financial information is Yahoo Finance. For this website, we'll be using Hawaiian Airlines or Hawaiian Holdings Incorporated as the example company. Similar to Bank of Hawaii, this screenshot was taken on October 20th, 2020. First, the name of the company. The full name of the company is Hawaiian Holdings Incorporated, and their ticker symbol is HA. Next is the value of the equity at the moment. In this picture, the value of Hawaiian Holdings was $14.67. Next is the dollar change from the previous close. From the previous close, Hawaiian Holdings increased in value by 9 cents. Next is the percent change from the previous close. From the previous close, Hawaiian Holdings increased by 0.62%. The close from the previous day for Hawaiian Holdings was $14.58. Again, trading hours are shown at the bottom throughout the day. It's from 9:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Unlike the Google Finance website, the value of the investment when the market opens is listed right next to the previous close. That morning, Hawaiian Holdings opened at $14.50. Also, unlike the Google Finance website, there is a lot of information that is included altogether. For the normal investor, this will be information overload. Now that we've looked at the information that is presented online, let's look at the ways that stock market information can be presented to you from the news. In this case, we will be looking at how Fox Business presented their information on October 28, 2020 about the S&P 500. To start, the name of the company is at the top here. The S&P 500's ticker symbol is .SPX. Next, we have the value of the investment at the moment. When Fox Business presented this graph, the value of the S&P was $3,271.31. After that, we have the dollar change from the previous close. In this case, the S&P had dropped in value by $119.37. Next to that, we have the percent change from the previous close. The percent change from the previous close was a 3.52% drop in value. Below, we have the previous close. Now in this graph, Fox doesn't show the closing value from the previous day, but they do have the dashed line to show the close from the previous day. And again, we have the trading value hours shown at the bottom from 9:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. There's a lot of information in the Fox Chiron that isn't relevant to the S&P 500 graph, but it is relevant for other investments. The final graph we will be looking at is the Dow Industrials from a CNBC broadcast on October 28th. To start, we have the name of the company at the top here, Dow Industrials. Next, we have the value of the equity at the moment. When CNBC presented their graph of the Dow Industrials, the value was $26,519.95. Next to the value of the equity is the change in value from the previous close expressed in dollars. From its previous close, the Dow Industrials dropped $943.24. Next to this change is the change expressed in percent. The Dow Industrials dropped by 3.43% from its previous close. On this graph, the closing value from the previous day was $27,463.19. There is also a dotted line to compare it to the rest of the graph. Finally, the trading hours are shown at the bottom, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time to 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Compared to the Fox Business chart, the CNBC chart has a lot less extra information, so it is a lot easier to focus on the information about the Dow Industrials. Thanks for watching. We have more information on special needs planning topics and general financial planning topics on our website at www.specialneedshawaii.com. Make sure to subscribe for future content on financial planning and special needs planning educational videos. We will see you in the next video.